So, hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Do you enjoy it here in Bulgaria?
Very much. Buguduria for inviting me.
That's great. Няма защо. So, could you briefly introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Kleo Papas. I am one of the founding members of a British company based in London called GovRisk. And GovRisk specialize in specialist training and consultancy work centered on anti-money laundering, financial crime prevention, good governance, compliance, and regulation.
So, why did you decide to take the invitation and become a speaker of the 12th edition of the summit?
Because I see the value of summits like these where they bring together regulators, operators in a place to discuss the issues, to talk about innovations, to talk about developments, to talk about best practice. We do something similar. We have an event every year in Miami, which is why I'm jet lagged. I've come from Miami. And then we have another event every year in the Dutch Caribbean. And it's kind of similar to this, where we have speakers that come and talk about their experience. So I see the value in it.
So, can you give us an overview of your conference session?
We were speaking about AI and the impact that's having on gaming. And as I explained to the panel, our experience is more on the regulatory side. So we have worked with many regulators, especially in the Caribbean and the Americas. And we find that AI, artificial intelligence, is being used increasingly to spot suspicious transactions and suspicious patterns. But also AI is being used by players. So now there's this battle between the AI from the regulators and the operators against those players that are looking to use AI to get an advantage.
So, that's why you think it's important to discuss this topic, I guess.
Yeah, because this is the future. Without realizing it, AI is becoming more and more. I mean, I learned things today just being on the panel that I didn't know. I didn't know that there was a Filipino call center where there is a AI speaking to customers and the customers having 90-minute conversations with these algorithms, and they don't realize they're not human. So this is exciting, but at the same time a bit scary. And it's important to discuss this.
I think that's the goal of the event, to discuss different ideas. So, we are also curious to hear about your feelings regarding the conference. What is your favorite part of this edition up to now?
I've liked the variety of speakers and topics, and I like that it takes place on the stage. And because I also am an organizer, I find that when people come on the stage and they just do a PowerPoint presentation, it can be a bit boring. So having this live interaction with the audience, with the speakers, with the moderator, is more interesting, you know.
Yes.
I just think the audience is a bit shy. I don't know whether it's a cultural thing. I have not come to Bulgaria before, but certainly the events that we do in the Caribbean and the Latin America parts, people are constantly talking and asking questions. I think here people are a bit more reserved, a bit more shy, I think.
Yes, that's another point of view.
Yeah.
Yes. So, if you could change anything in the present state of the global gambling industry, what would it be?
I would like to see more regulators that know what they're doing. I see too many regulators in developing jurisdictions that don't understand the industry well enough, because these regulators have been appointed by political friends. They're not appointments and appointees that are meritocratic. That is to say, they don't necessarily pick the best people for the job. They pick their friends for the job, and this is a problem, because this is an industry that is rapidly evolving and rapidly innovating. There needs to be strong regulation, but also an open mind towards, new ideas, engaging with the industry, listening to the industry, understanding the industry. So you heard one of the speakers say about a good regulator. I think it was in California, and one of the people within this regulator was a computer scientist. So of course this computer scientist understands AI. But if you go to another country where, they've appointed a bunch of people for political reasons, they don't have a background in computing, they don't have a background in gaming, so they're going to make a mess. That's what I would like to see, better regulation.
So can we say that this event is a must attend for people who are engaged in the gambling and entertainment industry?
Yes, I think so. It's a good networking event. You meet lots of different people from different companies. Already I've just been here 2 hours. I have 15 business cards, and somebody's waiting to have a meeting with me now. I think it's useful. It's well organized, and I would recommend it.
And my last question for you is, if you could give one advice for the upcoming speakers next year, what would it be?
I would say to them, prepare, and maybe have a better understanding of the audience. I think I could have done slightly better job of that. I've not been to this conference before, but I think if I'm invited to come another time, I think I will prepare a little bit more specifically for the audience, rather than hopefully.
So thank you very much. It was pleasure talking to you, really.
Thank you. Merci and благодарю.
Няма защо.